Certainly, in Python, it's common for programs to crash due to unhandled exceptions. However, you can prevent such crashes by using error handling techniques. The primary way to handle errors in Python is through the use of tree, except, and optionally finally blocks. Understanding exceptions: an exception is an event that disrupts the normal flow of a program's execution. Some common examples of exceptions include zerodivisionerror raised when dividing by 0. Valueerror raised when a function receives an argument of the right type but inappropriate value. Typeerror raised when an operation is applied to an object of inappropriate type. Filenotfounderror raised when trying to access a file that does not exist. Using tree and except the tree block allows you to test a block of code for errors. The except block lets you handle those errors gracefully. Here's a simple example: Python def divide numbers num1 num2 tree result num1 num2 except zerodivisionerror print error cannot divide it by 0. Function definition: we define a function divide numbers that takes 2 arguments. Try block: we attempt to divide num1 by num2. Except blocks: the first except handles the case where num2 is 0. The second except handles cases where the input types are incorrect. Else block: this block executes if the code in the tree block does not raise an exception. If the division is successful, it prints and returns the result. Using finally, you can also use a finally block, which will execute code regardless of whether an exception occurred or not. This is useful for cleanup actions like closing files or releasing resources. Here's an example: Python def read file file path tree file open file path where content file read print content except filenotfounderror print error the file does not exist. Test the function read file non-existent file. This will trigger filenotfounderror explanation of the code 1. Read file function: we define a function read file that attempts to open and read a file. Try block: we try to open the file and read its content. Except blocks: we handle filenotfounderror and valueerror. Finally block: we attempt to close the file. If the file was never opened due to an exception, a name error would occur, which we handle gracefully. Conclusion: using tree and except blocks allows you to handle errors gracefully, thereby preventing your Python programs from crashing unexpectedly. They fry you, crash you, you tell pound 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 Always consider the types of exceptions your code may raise and handle them appropriately to improve the robustness of your applications. Best practices: 1. Handle specific exceptions. Always try to catch specific exceptions rather than using a bare except which can catch unexpected issues. Log errors for production code. Consider logging errors instead of printing them, so you have a record of what went wrong. Use finally for cleanup. Always clean up resources in a finally block to prevent resource leaks. By following these guidelines, you will be able to build more resilient Python applications that can handle errors gracefully